Hey, welcome. And I am your career engineer. Don't get anxious, get prepared. And for the month of May the career force be with you. Today, we're going to talk about some of the things that's happening. I'm going to give you 3 things to think about and what we can do to unfreeze this frozen market and what we can do to get ourselves ready to make it happen in your career life or business. So y'all know the routine: subscribe, invite, all that kind of good stuff. And make sure you put your comments inside the comment area so I can answer them for you. All right. So career engineer here, we're getting ready to get into this. Don't get anxious, get prepared. I will be right back. Right. So, hey, we're the guide to the galaxy. I'm channeling my Star Wars feelings right now. So, Jedi tricks, lightsabers, all of that. But I'm going to give you some things that you can do to make things really stand out. Now, please know, like I said, you can find us everywhere. TCEnow.com is where you can find us and follow us and all that good stuff. So let me give some quick housekeeping, not housekeeping, but you know what I'm saying, but visit us often so you can know where we are. I want to jump into the 3 things I want to cover today. One is the frozen market. One is the AI Force-Multiplier. Again, I'm channeling my Star Wars guys, and the Jedi skills that you need to make things happen. So let's get into them. The first one, let's talk about this frozen market update because this is very important. And at the time of me talking to you right now, we had our regular numbers saying what the world was doing in the job market. But then we had Spirit Airlines close down and 17,000 people now are unemployed by the quickness of an email, right? So things are always changing, but please know there is hope. You can make this happen. You can find the right opportunity for you. It's going to be a marathon. That's one of the first things I need y'all to receive here. It's not a sprint. It is no longer a sprint. It's a marathon. So don't do things quick, fast, and in a hurry because you're in your feelings or someone said something at the job and I'm just going to leave this place. I'm not saying you don't have a right to, but what I'm telling you that this market is a marathon, but we're going to find some ways of what we can do to freeze it. And let me tell you, not to freeze it, to unfreeze it, my bag. So what they're calling this is a low hire, low fire market. And low fire doesn't mean you're not getting fired. Low fire means it is cold. There ain't no heat. This fire is barely sizzling. So a lot of the employers are being a bit more cautious about job openings, and they're just holding on to some things and things of that nature. So, and then you have policy and politic that plays into the market, as we experienced with the recent closure of a 34-plus-year-old airline out the blue. So when it is cold like it is, this is why the hidden job market matters. And this is where you're networking. I know y'all are tired of me talking about the networking world. I'm going to keep talking about the networking world because when you have people in your corner and you have the 2, the 5, the 12, whatever it is, and these eyes and these other folks are looking out for you, may know of a name, a place, or an opening that people who are cautious with putting it out and putting the job lead out there yet, everyone's always is going to look for that word of mouth referral. That is never going to change. I said it today. Bank that. Take that to the bank. As much as we're AIing and teching, who doesn't want a word of mouth referral, particularly for A-game talent? Had a call with a dear friend that lives many states away that wanted to offer someone I know a job that's not necessarily advertised, but because this person's reputation outweighs the resume. So, the good work you do, the extra you putting in, make sure it's reflected not just in your resumes and all the stuff online, but make sure the people who have the access and the opportunities can know that that's you. And that's where your networking comes in. So if you're not connecting with other human beings, this is my life saver. Shame. You need to be doing that. That's one way you can heat up the market for yourself. So, and the other thing I want to share, just really, not really quickly, but we know you guys are on ZipRecruiter and you're on Indeed and these other ones, and they're fine. They're great actually, but you've got to find some other job boards that the other millions and millions and millions of folks is looking for a new gig or there. How are you going to stand out? And there are a lot of niche boards. So those of you who are members of organizations, you're in fraternities or sororities, you're connected with your crocheting club. I mean, whatever that is. people may know people who may know people. And then there's also niche boards that are unique and just for a particular industry, like higher education jobs, or Dice in the old days. Dice was a tech one, but there's a lot of other ones that you should do your Googling, do your AIing, and find these other boards. And also, don't forget going directly to the source. Have your top 30 companies or organizations or agencies you want to work for and see what they're posting on their website. Everyone may not put things on Indeed and ZipRecruiter. So just a thought. Number two, I want to hit to you about the whole AI thing, because I know everybody is, it's AI. What we're going to do, we were having a different conversation about this when it first came out, and now it's here. So we need to just keep real about the conversations. So what's happening with it now? What I want folks to do is to make sure you know how to guide it. That you know how to guide it, that you know how to, I was going to say the word manipulate it. That's not a good word. So how about we say manage it, right? You can manage it. You know the right type of queries to use. You know how to use it to help the job you have to be more accurate, effective, and efficient. Not replace you. I ain't say that. But how it can do some of the work, the busy work, let's say, that you used to do, right? That now you can use the gray matter work that you have in between the two ears to make things a lot better, right? To get right to that sweet spot where this part, your intelligence, not the artificial one, but where your intelligence can kick in. So yes, demonstrate in your profiles, on your resumes or in your cover letters that you can command this. Have some content language that shows that you know how to use it and that you are always forever learning the new upgrade, the 4.0, the 5.0, or the different AIs that are now kind of fluid with lots of different applications that you use. So you're going to have to really demonstrate that on paper or digital space so that people can know more about it. Yes, we still need our knowledge, our skills, our abilities, the experiences that you have, the proof positive, what you've done. But you got to also know this part too. And whether you're a ditch digger or a rocket scientist, you have got to know how to manage, guide AI. Because coming into a job, in fact, I had a conversation with a potential client of ours, and they're great. They're awesome people, but they're refusing to upload and do the rules of engagement that today's marketplace demands. They think they can still go to the knock on the door and bring your credentials. And there may be some spots that still do that. But 73% of companies, 73% of companies, according to the latest data, are using AI type of automation to scan, interview, and look for the content they're looking for without human eyes. So that means you just narrowed your margin for this particular, let's say, hypothetical client of mine to 20 some odd percent of your job market, because 73% are using these things. So we have got to understand it, use it, manage it, expect it, and still build on our traditional skills. So this is how we're going to, if you're not doing that, you're going to stay kind of in Carbonite. Again, I'm channeling my Star Wars world. Han Solo and the Carbonite. Y'all remember that? Okay. Next, these wonderful Jedi skills. We've got to have our Jedi skills. If I had a lightsaber, I'd be doing this. Boom, 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 boom. I'd be doing all that right now. But I don't have one. So I'm just going to have to get one next year. So let me get back to the topic on hand, because I don't have a lightsaber right now. But in the world of automation, the human-only skills are the real force. You do have some human-only skills. And these are the skills that make the difference. That does separate you from the robot. I'm thinking Skynet. I'm thinking Terminator. I'm thinking all these things. But you have to be able to be the John Connor of your world. Okay, two different movies. I get it. But what are these magic skills? I'm going to keep it real with these skills, because I have seen some things come to my way. I have engaged in business. I'll just say the last month, 30 days ago, I've bought products or services. I've engaged in business. I've worked with colleagues. And let me tell you what I don't see: initiative, follow-up, critical thinking. I don't see a lot of empathy, and not empathy that we're all in the corner crying. We're just saying some understanding, because things be happening that's outside of the normal realm in the last few years. So being empathetic, not necessarily, I mean, sympathy is one thing. We're talking empathetic, okay? And be able to show that professionally. Agility, being agile, understanding change. I see all these words of change management on all kinds of resumes and LinkedIn profile. And as soon as something does like that, folk like refuse to change or refuse to be flexible or refuse to go, own the change and find a new way to get something done. They want to stay the way it was. Well, that's not very in demand right now. That skill ain't happening. We got to do it this way because we've always done it this way, and that's just the way it's going to be. Yeah. Okay. Next, right? That's what happens. More skills. I'm telling you, proofreading. Proofreading. Okay. Make it fancier. Quality assurance. Attention to detail. I mean, I can go on. And there's one of my favorite ones, common sense. I mean, certain things just don't make sense. Now, I'm not saying inability to change. I'm not saying that. I'm saying certain things, I don't care how much you tell me, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, okay, this does not fit into this. And yeah, maybe we can redesign the circle and the peg and the square and all of that at some point. But today it ain't fitting. So we got to find another way. Common sense is still a very valuable skill. I don't care what the AI said. I mean, I've been in situations where I've seen what the AI said and it doesn't make sense. And it's not right. GPS, I was driving somewhere, used my own, it was going somewhere that the map said north. The state was north and something said south. I'm going to follow south because the automation said so. North is north. So that type of skill, oh my God, it's more in demand than you ever thought. So if you have these things, and I know we all do, I know you do, we've got to be able to say it in our video, say it in our audio, meaning if it's on print, there needs to be strong language that shows proof positive use of using that skill. When you're talking to someone, whether you're networking at a gathering or you're selling yourself at a sales meeting, also known as an interview, proof positive talent with a smile and confidence has got to ooze out. That's what's going to make you stand out. And that's what we're calling the Jedi skills on today of May. I'm doing this on May the 4th. Be with you. We're saying may the career force be with you. And make sure that's the TCE career force, by the way. All right, so just quick recap. But this is what's really important is we have to remember all these. Yes, the market is frozen, but you can thaw it. I gave you some tips on how to do that. 89% of that is you making sure you got a heater going on. The AI Force-Multiplier, again, me and my lightsabers here. Yes, they're using it. Yes, it's happening. No, you can't stop it. What can you do? Be a part of the revolution by commanding it, knowing how to guide it, knowing how to manage it, okay? And make sure that's showed strongly on all of your platforms, wherever folks are going to find you, on paper or digital, that it shouts that you've got that. And last and not least, your Jedi human skills, the things that you do that the robot or the AI cannot do right now. Not right now, right? Your intelligence, why I is valuable. And it's brilliant, and we have to still use it and don't always rely on what the automations say. You still got to be able to think. We need to control the machine, not have the machine control us. So your skills are very valuable. And of course, there are some industries that are definitely in demand and still doing some things in this space. I mean, I know a lot of people are running to doing plumbing and electricity and HVAC and those skills where you're using your brawn and you're using your hand. That's great. We've had this revolution 30 years ago, 60 years ago. Every 30 years something changes. Even if you are an HVAC person, guess what? You got to have some digital skills. So please understand that again, the work might be replaced. The worker is still valuable. That's your next level superpower. Be human, okay? And understand how to work this complex new world, but you can do it. So I am your career engineer. I want to thank you all for listening to me tonight. Remember, you can always find us at tcenow.com. Again, tcenow.com to join our newsletters or our texting system. Or, hey, we can help you by coaching and services to get you unthawed in this frozen economy. All right, listen, y'all be blessed. Thank you for listening. And hey, don't get anxious, get prepared. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching our Korean British show. I hope you learned a lot about today's topic. If you enjoyed the show, please let me know by visiting our website, tcenow.com, and sending me an email.